Not everyone can become a pro player, but a pro player can be anyone. So let me ask you this. Do you want the chance to go from an average Fortnite player to one of the best in the world? Well, my name is Cody, and today we're gonna go over the 3 fast steps that you can take to start going from an average person to a pro in Fortnite. But before we get into today's awesome trio of tips, you should probably think about heading over to ProGuides Discord, where we're going to start our very own series of scrims. You can practice against others in the community who are just as passionate as you are. With that said, let's get into the video, y'all. The first and most important step you need to take on your journey to becoming a pro is absolutely to grind your mechanics. When we take a look at some of the best pro players in the Fortnite scene, no matter what their playstyle is, there is one common element that every single one of them has, and that's flawless mechanical ability. Sure, many of the qualities needed to go pro in Fortnite revolve around knowledge and experience. Mechanics don't really require any of that. Being mechanically skilled isn't something that takes a huge IQ. It's just something that takes time to hone. Yes, that is right. Grinding out your mechanics to become a Fortnite pro takes time, and though it is overlooked, just a pinch of creativity. Over the course of Fortnite, the mechanical ceiling for incredible plays has continued to get higher and higher. This means that the top mechanical players aren't just getting better and better, but they come up with different variations of building that no one had prior knowledge of nearly constantly. This makes mastering the mechanical side of Fortnite even more important. If you really want to compete at the highest level of the game, then your mechanics have to match that upper threshold. With that threshold always increasing, grinding your mechanics has got to become a major priority. So it is clear that having top tier mechanics have to be a priority. But that isn't actually the only reason that you should be grinding out your Fortnite mechanics. The other side of mechanics is a familiarity with building. In the world of professional Fortnite, the speed that the game's actually played at is significantly faster than any public match, or most of the time, even arena. With blinding speed has to come precision. So, if you're looking to try and compete at the professional level, you don't just need to have top tier mechanics, but the speed and precision to pull off those mechanical plays in an instant. This means that you need to have the ability to know where every single build you are going to place is going to go even before you place it. It's a whole lot like playing chess. You need to be mapping out your potential building paths in the middle of a fight, so you know exactly what options you have and how to pull them off. Overall, if you're looking to truly hit the big time in the pro scene, you need to not only master mechanics, but also learn how to pull them off with the speed and precision to keep up with the other pro competition. This will only come with time and practice. The pros practice and play for hours upon hours every single day, but we know that's not possible for most players who are still breaking into the scene. As long as you make sure to practice your mechanics for a little bit every day, you'll eventually be editing and building with ease. Want some help in becoming a mechanical mastermind? Head on over to ProGuides.com to check out our awesome master classes, where you can be taught by the best pros on the scene. The next step in following your dreams to become a Fortnite pro superstar is to start scrimming every single day. Now, despite what some people may think, playing arena non-stop every day isn't going to get you anywhere close to the skill level that you're going to need to break through into the pro leagues. So, instead of mindlessly hot dropping in arena, you need to start scrimming instead. There are a ton of different Discord servers that run scrims out there, so they are probably the easiest and best ways to get yourself into scrim games. The most commonly used of all of them is open scrims. Although, we are starting to run some on the ProGuides Discord too. Check them out, bro. This is a scrim Discord that can be found in almost every region that Fortnite is played, and it hosts games pretty regularly. The best part of playing on a scrimming server like this one is the fact that you'll be able to consistently work on your gameplay against other serious competition, as well as practice endgame situations with the server's zone rules. Yet another advantage to scrimming in servers like the Open Scrims Discord is the fact that you have the ability to advance your competition. As you improve at the game and place better and better in your scrim matches, you'll have access to more challenging practice. For example, If you place high in one of the leagues that Open Discord runs, then you'll have the option to essentially level up and play in lobbies with other opponents that regularly place high. Playing against these higher level opponents will be a fantastic teaching opportunity, and eventually you'll feel yourself becoming closer and closer to their level. After scrimming, these servers actually have another hidden benefit. A lot of them are also available to use to practice other more specific in-game scenarios. For example, a majority of fights that occur in Fortnite are closer range shotgun fights. So, one of the best ways to practice specific situations like that is to play box fight maps in creative. Finding opponents at your skill level can sometimes be an issue, which is where the scrim servers come in. One of the best ways to find opponents is to fight through scrim servers, as they are filled with players who are constantly looking to improve, just like you. Overall, you can find competition to compete in zone wars, realistic maps, or to simply 1v1 in these scrim servers, right alongside their main point, which is actually scrimming. If you're looking to go pro, then one of the best things you can do is hitting up the pro scrim servers like Open Scrims. They're an incredible resource for a player looking to improve. The very last simple tip to go from average to pro in this video is something that everyone who wants to go pro in pretty much any game needs to be doing. And that is to be recording your games and then rewatching them. As you get better and better as a Fortnite player, you will quickly begin to realize that as you rise up in the ranks, games begin to move faster and faster. People become more accurate, both with their shots and their building and editing. As that speed increases, it's going to be harder and harder to identify all of the mistakes that you make while you're playing. What does that mean? Well, it means it is time to start recording your games and watching them over. Not only to identify your mistakes, but also to figure out how you can correct them. For example, if you're playing a trios match and one of your teammates gets separated from your team during the end game, you might not know what caused them to get separated in the first place. If you don't know what actually happened to cause that mistake, then how are you meant to stop it from happening again in the future? It would be impossible. That's why recording and reviewing your games is so important. If you record your games and this same scenario happens, then you can go back and watch your game. If you watch the game from the perspective of the teammate that got separated from the rest of your team, then you will be able to know exactly what happened, which led to him being separated from the rest of the trio. In this situation, maybe your teammate stopped to shoot an opponent instead of rotating, and then ended up getting boxed and eliminated. There are so many possibilities. You never know unless you go check. Since you recorded that game, you can identify that mistake and let your teammate know that instead of randomly shooting at enemies in the middle of a tight rotate situation, they need to stick much closer to the team, or at very least communicate that they are going to stop to take some pot shots at an enemy. This is known as VOD reviewing. A different but equally effective way to utilize VOD reviewing is to watch the current top players in the game. They're the top players for a reason, and analyzing exactly what they do in the middle of a game is the perfect way to hone your own Fortnite abilities. Let's say that you see someone like Vadil, Mongrel, or Clicks placing high on the leaderboards constantly, and you want to somehow get to the level of play that he is at. Well, all of the pros stream and post footage of their games to social media regularly. So to learn to play in a similar way to them, you should go and VOD review their games and take notes. That way, you can easily see the strats that the pros use to place as well as they do, and then implement those same strategies into your own playstyle. Okay, my Fortnite fam, let's take it from the top with a recap. First thing is first, you need to master the mechanics necessary to play at the top level of Fortnite. If you want to compete at the highest level of any sport, you need the mechanics necessary to compete at that high level, and Fortnite is no different. Second, you need to start scrimming regularly. Playing on scrim servers allows you to play against better competition every single day, which is going to advance your skill level in a way that pub matches and arena can never hope to achieve. Last, but certainly not least, if you aren't VOD reviewing, then you should be. VOD reviewing allows you to identify the biggest mistakes that you're making and then correct them with ease. You should be using all the resources that are available to you. So VOD reviewing other top players to get an idea of their strats is how you can step your game up to the next level. And And that, Fortnite fam, is how you can go from being just another average player to potentially being a pro. Sure, not everyone is going to make it into the big leagues of pro Fortnite play, but there is one thing that you need to keep in mind. No matter how hard it gets, anyone can become a pro if they keep at it for long enough and hard enough. Like Keith Allen always says, keep grinding. Remember to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. We are so close to 1 million subs. But that's it for the video, so good luck, best of luck on the battlefield, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout. Hey, can we get some Girl Scout cookies?